Hello guys, welcome back to another video today, and something a little bit different. I have actually watched all three of the Mummy Trilogy on 4K, and here's my thoughts. Yes, The Mummy on 4K, the trilogy. So it stars, of course, the three movies inside. So we got the main Mummy first movie, starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Again, The Mummy Returns, starring both of those guys, with, of course, The Rock in that one. And then we get The Mummy, The Tomb of the Dragon Empire, which again stars Brendan Fraser, but also stars Jet Li. Yes, so I watched the 4Ks of these for the first time, so this is my opinion. Comparing it to, as I say, watching The Mummy first. I've never seen them on 4K before. I may never have even seen them on Blu-ray. I might have only ever seen them on DVD. But the Mummy Trilogy, as you can see, is on 4K. And some of my thoughts behind the 4K transfer is I was quite disappointed, to be honest. I didn't really get an amazing experience watching these movies in terms of their 4K quality in comparison to things like what I remember in the past. You know, there's obvious things like sharpness and some of the like colour was really good, especially in the scenes where they were like flashbacks in Egypt and stuff like that. I think they were really good. Where these really shined though was the DTSX that we have in there. So DTSX is the audio track on there. The audio was phenomenal. Yes, especially the scene with the water where like the Mummy guy kind of rises the water and continues like down the little pathways and stuff. Really, really good scene. If you've seen the movie, you know. But yeah, rewatching the Mummies and revisiting this as a series has been a very interesting thing. Obviously watching it on 4K for the first time as well. So I do have my scores of what I actually rated the movies and stuff like that that I watched. So of course I started watching the first Mummy movie that came out in 1999, which is mental. A really, really average 4K transfer in my opinion. HDR was definitely the benefits for it, but the sound really was amazing in my opinion, especially for DTSX, because I always find Dolby Atmos tends to be better in my system. Rating this movie though, I actually settled on a 3.5 star. You know, above average, 7 out of 10, pretty decent. Of course, amazing cast in terms of Brendan Fraser there and Rachel Weisz, and yeah, some of the effects as well definitely didn't hold up in 2024, but at the same time I think they made it feel really, really good at the same time, if that makes sense. So yeah, I gave it a 3.5 star for the first movie. Next then, I watched, of course, The Mummy Returns, which again stars, a bit of extended cast. A little bit of a disappointment in this, as you can see, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He was literally in it for like a couple of minutes, and then he was a CGI version of him as this Scorpion. Of course, he was the Scorpion King. Now, the Scorpion King is a separate movie. It's a spin-off. It's like a prequel to this movie. I have seen it before, but I haven't got it on 4K. And yeah, something I definitely want to pick up, I think, and watch, after watching these. But this movie, I gave a 3 star. Not the worst movie in the world, but I didn't think it was as good as the first Mummy movie. Everything seemed to be quite, convenient in this film, from what I remember. So, yeah, of course, Rachel Weisz there back, as well as Brendan Fraser, who's fantastic in these movies. Again, the DTSX track on this was really amazing. Where things, though, took a little turn for the worse, I gave the Tomb of the Dragon Empire a 2 star. There was a recast in this movie. Rachel Weisz was recasted because I guess she didn't agree with the script, I think I read. But they replaced her with Maria Bello. So she played Evelyn in this movie. We had Alex, their kid, basically grown up now. He's played by Luke Ford, and he was kind of like the main guy in this in terms of raising this Dragon Empire. But it was basically like, the Mummy, but it was totally away from Egypt, and it was just like, let's just create her in a different, environment, different world, different culture, and all of that. A big disappointment, to be honest, and I gave that a 2 star. CGI was a little bit better in this. Obviously, the movie came out in 2008, so it had that going for it, but the story and the need for this, made sense why there was never a 4th Mummy movie, put it that way. So, in my opinion, as time went on, the movies got slightly worse, in my opinion, of course, and, are they worth picking up on 4K? Is it worth you guys grabbing these on 4K? If you have a good sound system, I would say yes. If you have extra money and you think, HDR, I want to benefit from it, I'd say yes. If you have a 4K TV, of course, and you don't really have a good sound system and you don't really have, the care for HDR, probably the Blu-rays will be the way to go, because I didn't really get the fidelity and the detail that I expect on other transfers from my experience. As I say, disclaimer, I've never seen the Blu-rays. I do have them in here, obviously, of course, but I haven't watched the Blu-rays. I remember watching these a long time ago, but they were probably DVDs. It just didn't seem to be as much of a leap up from what I had experienced before. So if you get the Blu-rays for cheap, I'd probably stick with with that. So yeah, that's my little revisiting and watching of the Mummy trilogy. Normally I would have done this in many different videos, and instead I've just done it from the point of view of the 4K transfer. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Subscribe if you are new and comment your thoughts down below. And yeah, have you got the Mummy trilogy? Do you agree with me in terms of its 4K quality? Let me know down below. And of course, revisiting this as a franchise was really exciting because growing up, this was a good trilogy to watch back in the day. But there it is, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos like this coming soon. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.